Look at this trade right here. 0-day QQQ puts 60% in about 10 minutes. Most of you watching this are going to think to yourself, yo, Ellie, I need to start trading 0-day options right now. Hold up. I lost $40,000 in 1 month treating the stock market like my personal casino. And all of that, and I mean all of that, was 0-day options. These things will absolutely destroy you if you don't know what you're doing. But here's the thing. When you do know what you're doing, 0-day options can be one of the most profitable trading strategies out there. The problem is, most traders approach them completely wrong. You see some guy on Twitter posting 600% gainers on a 0-day and you think, I'll just throw some money in SPY calls and get rich. That's not trading, that's gambling. And if you're gambling with 0-day options, you're going to get bagged. It's literally just a matter of time. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to trade 0-day options the right way. We're going to cover when to enter, when to exit, position sizing, risk management, everything you need to know so you don't blow your account. If you've been losing money on 0 days or thinking about getting started, you need to watch this entire video. Trust me, it's going to save you a whole lot of pain, a whole lot of money. Let's get into it. This is how to replace therapy with 0-day trading, the complete guide. So let's put on our lab coats and pretend we are doctors. I want you to put your mask on, your lab coat, and really start to think like a doctor because we have a patient that's going to enter our facility. Enter in patient number 1. His name is Will Diamond Hands Peterson. His age, it just says old enough, so we don't know if he's 18 or 65. He's somewhere in that range, but he has a brokerage account, so therefore he is old enough. His experience, he's been trading options for 18 months to about 2 years, but he's been referred to our facility by his significant other because he keeps losing money. Whether it's a male or female, it does not matter, it's 2025. He has some key symptoms that we need to provide a treatment plan for him. He has chronic bad entry syndrome, aka BES, and acute FOMO-induced financial bleeding. He needs urgent portfolio care. Okay, he went to his local doctor and they referred him right to the emergency room due to his portfolio health. Meet Dr. 0-day expiration. He has a PhD in financial destruction. He has caused domestic and international deep emotional trauma. He accepts payments in the form of blown accounts, and he promises to heal you but turns you into dust and a day. What is the treatment plan? I want you to think for a minute. How can we make Will Diamond Hands Peterson start to feel better? He really wants to become a trader. His portfolio is getting worse and worse, and he needs a recovery plan. But before we get into that, make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below of what you want to hear next. So here's our treatment plan. We are going to tell him to calm his nerves and tell him, hey, every time you enter a play, it's not because you're wrong. You're just early. You're so smart that you enter the play early. You predict the move's going to happen. Also, if he's wrong, we're just going to let the options expire. Absolutely worthless. And if that doesn't work, just make sure you average down. When you buy 50 contracts and you're down 50%, if you buy another 50 contracts, you're only going to be down 25%. If you just keep averaging down, eventually you'll make money. You also need more lines on your chart. Hey, Will Diamond Hands Peterson, you didn't realize that there's a support level from 2002 on the stock that you're trading and you didn't mark that. That's why it bounced. That is why you need more lines on your chart. And lastly, if all else fails, we go to social media, we type in the ticker we're trading and the options we're trading, and we see, hey, Furu XYZ just alerted this play. I'm gonna get in too. Unfortunately, Will's portfolio did not make it. He started very early on and had some success. You can see, here is his success. However, he ventured into land of 0-day expiration options, and what happened? Boom. Back down to zero. He now has a blown account and no money to trade with. He did not make it. The treatment plan of telling him to average down or double down or put more lines in your chart or following Furu's did not work out for him. He did not make it. Did this picture remind you of something? Sorry, just clearing my throat, making sure, trigger something in your memory. If you don't get the joke here, I don't know how to help you. So let's get into it. What is 0 days, okay, or 0 DTE? I just call them 0 days. They are mainly traded on IWM, SPY, and QQQ, aka the indices. Also, on Fridays, you'll hear the term Lotto Friday thrown around. And what that is that means that the options expire on that Friday. There's 0 days to expiration. They open up at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Market Time, and then at the end of the day, they expire worthless. The biggest misconception people have is when you're trading them, they do not understand how violent these things move. These are the contracts that can go from minus 50% to minus 250% in a very short amount of time. 95% of the contracts traded expire worthless. And what do I mean by worthless? No, I'm not saying it has 5 cents left in it or a couple pennies. No, this expires at zero. So every dollar you put in turns into dust. Just like Dr. Zero Day, okay? He turns everything into absolute dust. Here's a fun fact. 0 days have only been popularized the last 2 years. When I first started trading in 2019, we did not have 0 days. However, we had them on SPX, but us new traders, you could only trade the indexes 0 days on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. These were introduced during the bear market, and I'm sure they were introduced because people were making so much money trading them, the hedge funds said, hey, we need to provide retail traders with more opportunities to make money. Oh wait, no, they really introduced it in like 2022, 2023. And why'd they do it? Because they know people lose money on it. So every time you buy an option, someone is selling you an option. Next, they require smaller size, okay? The more violent they move, the more risk you have to size down. So if you're used to, let's say, buying $1,000 worth of options on a Monday on Tesla, if you're going to trade 0 days, you should only put like 300 or 400 at the max. Your size should be half. Why? Because they're higher risk. New traders come into the market, they see 0 days, hey, I can double my money really quickly here. However, everyone thinks they're gonna double their money and no one actually makes any money off them, okay? Very few traders I know, including myself, can trade 0 days with good accuracy. You need to be small size and patient. Next, it requires A+ entries. If you don't know an entry when it's screaming at you, 0 days are not for you, because if you have any sloppy entry, you will be punished, okay? Dr. Zero Day is going to give you a very bad taste of his own medicine. And lastly, and most importantly, is 0 days must not be traded in chop. When the market is stuck between the pre-market levels, there's no range expansion. Therefore, that is the definition of chop. Again, this all applies to futures as well. Do not trade in chop with 0 days, okay? I've blown tons of accounts and lost metric loads of money trading chop with SPX and 0 days. It's not worth it. You have people on both sides selling you these contracts, laughing to the bank and their yachts in Montauk while you're blowing your small account. So here we go. Here is the 0 day tomfoolery graph, aka the theta versus gains graph. What is this showing? Starting at 9:30, you're likely going to hit up to 50% on your contracts, okay? But you're also going to only lose 20 to 30%, okay? 11 o'clock, maybe you'll hit that multi-bagger. 12 o'clock, chances increase of a multi-bagger, but the chances of you also losing money increases. After lunchtime at 2 p.m., sure, you might hit 150%er. However, you might also take an 80% loss. At 3 p.m. when power hour starts, that's where the stupid afternoon gainers come into. However, as we get to the close, 4 p.m., the chance of you losing money dramatically drops. And then for those who do not know this, you can trade indexes until 4:15. So what is this graph really telling us? This is very similar to the FIFO graph. So the more money you can potentially make, the more money you're likely going to lose. Do you understand? This is very similar to the FIFO graph. Now, what is the key takeaway here is I highly recommend you, okay, this is not financial advice by the way, to not trade 0 days after lunchtime, especially not during lunchtimes. If you want to trade them off the open for an hour or two, by all means, but you don't understand how violently these things move after 3 p.m. I'm telling you, if you are trading SPX, you have not seen a panic attack live on your screen. Again, this is just a FIFO chart. The more money you can make also means the more money you can lose. Don't focus on the wins. Remember, every time you enter a trade, we are risk-minded. How much can I lose versus how much can I make? The first question I ask myself is how much money can I lose? And I previously mentioned, theta increases the risk as the day goes on. So 0 days, right? 0 days are basically theta crack, okay? So if you're addicted to 0 days, you are also smoking on the theta crack. This is what I'm explaining from this chart is as theta gets closer and closer to expiration, sure you can make more money, but you can also get bagged and blow your portfolio. So let's review the diagnosis. Let's go back to William Diamond Hand Peterson. Okay, the age is, we all know, he's old enough, and he has two main symptoms. Okay, Dr. Zero Day explained to us that he has chronic bad entry syndrome, okay, BES, and he has FOMO-induced financial bleeding. Okay, this is critical. This is what led to Will's portfolio not making it. So let's review the trade. So he took this trade here. He saw, I follow LAD. Look, it broke the pre-market low. I'm going to hit it. And sure, I didn't get the retest perfectly, but I'm going to hit it somewhere in the middle of this candle. And what happened? Since he has BES, or chronic bad entry system, what happened? It printed a hammer candle and he lost 35%. Now, since he already lost on his first trade, he already lost 35%, he saw this candle here, right here, he saw this candle, and he thought to himself, I knew I was right. I was just early. Let me slap it here. And sure enough, he lost another 40%. This is FOMO-induced financial bleeding. He's smacking the lows because he got stopped out on trade number 1. So trade number 2, he smacks the lows. And now he has to be right this time, okay? So he knew it was going to go down to the right. It's below the purple line. It's below the pre-market low. He knew it was going to go down to the right. So what happens? He places trade number 3s at the lows. Sure enough, it absolutely reverses on him and he loses 80%. He's absolutely distraught. His portfolio has turned into dust. And let me guess, he probably told himself, I was just early. He's going to double down here, something ridiculous. But here's the thing. Poor Will just couldn't stop buying puts at the low a day. So what is the proper treatment? What is the proper entry here? The LE model. So what is the problem with his first entry? So Will entered right here on this candle. Great, sure, that's a pre-market low retest. Great, happy to hear it. But there is a problem. What is the problem? There's too much distance between the EMA and the candle. Price is what? Extended. So that is not a good retest. You want things to be snug, especially when you're trading a 10-minute system. Now, the next candle. Is the problem still here? So we can see the extension here. But now the extension is coming closer. This is key here. As the EMA comes down, our risk becomes tighter, tighter, and tighter. And just like that, the EMA is starting to flatten out right at that pre-market low. The problem with Will is he trades off of emotions. So he sees this big green candle here and he immediately stops out. He's not understanding the big picture. The big picture here is the EMA is coming down. We're against the retest level, okay? We're against the retest level, which is the pre-market low. And we can see, look, the EMA comes down. As the EMA breaks right through the pre-market low, we get the dump. So where is the entry? There's 2 entries here. And for me personally, if I am not going to hit this pre-market low retest here, why? It's because it's too extended. I'm going to wait for that EMA to come down, wait for that EMA to catch up, and then I'm going to smack it. So your entry is right here, okay? And one of these 2 candles, ideally this candle right here. Now you may be asking, yo, Ellie, what about this candle right here? Yeah, sure. So while you're watching this candle in real time, which I can't demonstrate here on the PowerPoint, you're going to see, yes, it's bouncing up to the pre-market low. Yes, it's breaking the 80 EMA. However, what this is you getting stopped out and me making money. Why? Because I'm reading the big picture. This is a bear flag and a downtrend. We're below the pre-market low. Any pop or random wick to the pre-market low is a short, okay? And what do I mean by that? It's a short, not a what? A stop loss, okay? You're not getting stopped out here, okay? If anything, you're gonna add more. And the problem I see is with these 0 days is since they move so violently, people immediately get stopped out and it goes the direction they want. But for me, I've been, no joke, have had so many of these candles happen to me, I don't even stress anymore. What's the point? Why am I gonna panic stop out up here? It's below the pre-market low, it's below the 80 EMA. It's just a quick pop and then rejection. If anything, I'm going to add more right here. This is a A+ entry and this is what we call an A entry. And what happened here? So right here, I made about 59% on these puts, doing exactly this. This is the exact trade I took. Now, if you want some sauce, is a candle like here is actually where you stop out. Now, sure, the LE model stage, you should wait till the ADMA. Are you going to, let's think, use some common sense here, wait for the extension to fill from this candle to here and let all your gains go to dust on something that's going to expire worthless? The answer is no. Okay, let's use common sense. It broke down to the low of day right here. We're going to take our trims and then it starts to form a nice bottom wick or a hammer. So therefore we take the rest off. This is how you do it. This is real trading. Don't wait for this entire extension to fill, especially on 0 days, because this is going to grind down to only a 15% gain. And you're going to think, yo, your strategy stinks. I'm going to use something else. No, you just don't know how to read candles. So this is what you do. This is how you actually trade. And this is a real trade I took. And there is the proof. So here's a summary. We discussed the problems that new traders face. So if you didn't realize that Will here, his symptoms are problems that new traders face all the time. I get tons of DMs every single day, and 90% of them are the same thing. Everyone struggles with bad entries and bad exits, myself included. My entries could always be better and my exits could always be better. However, I've optimized it to the point where there's really not much I can do to further improve it other than, again, trade larger size, leaving more runners, right? It gets a little bit more complicated, after 5-6 years of experience. However, if you're only trading 3 contracts, your goal is to make sure you lock in those profits and leave a runner. Okay, don't think about the dollar amount on the runner, just let it go. However, if you're super extended on the 10-minute, you can expect it to bounce back up to the EMA. Don't let your profits go. Lock in those profits and re-hit it on the EMA tap. We talked about the dangers of Dr. 0 Day, okay? He's a dangerous man. He causes a lot of account blowups. It's almost impossible to blow up your account trading shares. Why? Because the odds of shares going to 0 is what? Pretty low. Not very often do stocks actually go to 0 and get delisted. However, with 0 days, all the options expire at 0 every single day. You need to understand that when you're trading it, especially when conditions are not A+. If the conditions are not A+, you should not be trading 0 day. And if you don't know which conditions are A+, then you absolutely should not be hanging out with Dr. 0 Day. We also talked about the gains and loss graph. What is a gains and loss graph? Basically, what it illustrates is as time increases during the day, you get further along the day, your risk of losing a ton of money increases, but you can also make a ton of money. That is what we talk about when it comes to risk reward. Now you sprinkle in some chop risk during the midday session and you will absolutely get destroyed trading 0 days. So don't do it. We also talked about identifying the proper entries. We talked about how, yes, it retested a certain level, but remember, there's always 2 criteria to every single trade, but it's far away from the EMA. So we don't need to smack the first pre-market low retest. We're going to wait for that EMA to come down, gently come and touch our price action. We're going to enter. We're not going to get wicked out on some random bounce. If anything, it's just another short. Remember, they're trying to fake you out. That is the proper entry. And lastly, we talked about how to stop blowing your account. I cannot stress enough how many times I see a trader, I look at their graph, and 99% of their losses, are trading SPY. Now, I know it was popular back in the day to tell people like, hey, get really good at focused on trading the indexes. However, the indexes only provide good conditions 20% of the time. So the other 80% of the time, you're getting absolutely destroyed. And this is someone who trades the indexes literally all the time. Okay, I've been trading the indexes. I've been trading 0 days longer than people have literally been doing anything. Okay, literally since like 2019, I've been trading them. So please stop trading 0 days. Focus on those big picture breakout setups or breakdown setups that will grow your small account versus scalping over and over again for 10 to 15%. I hope this helps and I hope you enjoy your night. Peace.